The September national job numbers are out. Will they favor President Obama, and how will they affect this November elections here? We're going to have a look at the latest numbers for you. And World War II veterans will be swept away to Washington, D.C. this morning. It's all part of a program to say thank you. We're going to tell you all about that.
And get your palates ready as well as your ears. We are bringing you the sights and sounds of Italy here in downtown Reno as the 31st annual El Dorado Great Italian Fest is getting underway here this weekend. We'll have all the details coming up on this Friday, October 5th, 2012.
You're watching News 4 Today in high definition.
And a good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to the second hour of News 4 Today. Checking in with you at 6 o'clock on the nose on your 5th day of October. We've got a nice looking weekend. So many activities to talk about this, including Italian Fest and the homecoming game for the Wolfpack. We're going to have all the details on that coming up in just a few moments with live reports from Dina and, of course, your forecast with Jen. But first, some breaking news to tell you about this morning. The U.S. jobless rate dipped to 7.8% in the month of September, adding 114,000 jobs. That's the first time it's dropped below 8% in nearly 4 years. According to the Labor Department, the rate fell because more people found work, a trend that could impact the presidential election. The decline, of course, could help Obama, who is coming off a disappointing debate against Mitt Romney on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Mitt Romney is trying to build on the momentum of Wednesday night's debate. He's still trying to reverse his fortunes in big battleground states like Ohio. While the president argues Republicans, even though they did well in the debate, or Romney did, they're still offering nothing new.
It's not a plan for our economy. It's not a plan to strengthen the middle class. It is not change. It is a relapse. And we're not going to do it.
The latest jobs report, though, could cold, hard facts certain be the subject of the heated debate. The next jobs report comes out 4 days before the election. The Obamas just recently left the Silver State. Now another campaign event is set to take place in Nevada. Former President Bill Clinton will be visiting Las Vegas next Tuesday, October 9th, in support of President Obama. Details on Clinton's campaign event have not yet been released. And a reminder that the deadline to register to vote is almost here. Here's some numbers for you. Tomorrow is the last day to register online. Keep that in mind. And you have until Tuesday, October 16th, if you want to register in person over at the registrar's office. Early voting starts on October 20th, and Election Day, of course, November 6th. Northern Nevada's first honor flight takes off for Washington, D.C. this morning. This is an incredible deal, incredible program. Honor Flight's a nationwide program that takes veterans to the memorials dedicated to them and the wars that they fought in at no cost to the veteran. Thanks to another very special program, Angel Flight, no veteran will be left behind. News 4 caught up with a World War II vet from Preston, Nevada, who took an Angel Flight to Reno today, and an Angel Flight volunteer as well.
To take people from these small towns out in the middle of nowhere, basically, and get them here to Reno in an hour, hour and a half, as opposed to a, I don't know, it must be a 7-hour drive from Ely to here.
It's great. It's overwhelming. I'm just flabbergasted.
News 4's Brooke Boone will be on the trip with the veterans to Washington, D.C., so we will get to see the experience firsthand once they return. All right, it's now 6:04. Time to get your weather on the floors on this Friday morning. Hey, we're all excited for the weekend. So much stuff to do around here. This is a perfect plan here. We'll go to the Italian Fest in the early morning, maybe about 11. Tailgate till about 3:30. Hang out there. And the beautiful people of Reno, Nevada, and Italian Fest. Then head to the ball game. Wyoming taking on our beloved Wolfpack for homecoming.
And then Sunday morning, you can get up and do the Race for the Cure, and then go back to the Italian Fest and eat even more pasta and pasta
because
sauce.
you will have earned it.
That's right. I think that's what my plan is going to be this weekend. Nonetheless, it looks like we have great food and great weather to go right along with that. Partly cloudy skies outside. We're finally feeling a little change in the weather as far as temperatures go this morning. We're pretty much where we've been over the last few days, but the overnight lows are going to continue to drop over the next few days. Variable winds at about 3 miles per hour right now, freezing in the Sierra around Truckee, and a little bit warmer at South Lake Tahoe. 30s right now at Winnemucca as well. Now wind speeds did get a little bit breezy yesterday, gusts a little stronger than about 13 to 15 miles per hour. Red flag warnings have expired and wind quieted down quite a bit overnight. So a couple things happening here with your satellite radar. We have a little low pressure system just off of the California coast, and in the upper levels enough moisture to build a few clouds. But as we look down towards the surface, it's really going to be tough to have any moisture here there. So it looks like we will have very dry conditions, a lot of radiational cooling overnight. By the time we get to Saturday evening, that's when your temperatures could get pretty chilly there. So about 10 degrees above the average yesterday for your daytime highs, overnight lows about 7 degrees above. Now this number is going to continue to drop. So if you do live in some of the colder valley areas, maybe around Cold Springs, especially in the Sierra, we've already seen those freezing temperatures in the Sierra, but if you look at areas like Cold Springs, Verdi is going to be getting pretty chilly there, as well as Stead and Spanish Springs. Think about your outside plants and pets and all of that good stuff as we transition into the colder part of our year. So 76 and 43 today at Reno, wind to about 10 miles per hour out of the northwest, and we'll keep 70s in your forecast through Sunday. Slight chance of showers Monday night, maybe even some Sierra snow above about 7,500 feet, and a little cooler next week. Bill?
Alrighty, well, but before we talk about the snow, let's talk about the grub. Get your appetites ready. The finest tastes of Italy will be filling the streets of downtown Reno this weekend during the El Dorado's Great Italian Festival. Dina Cuffer, she has been hanging out downtown. She's been with Rick Murdoch. She's been with the circus folks. We want some of that food, Dina. Let's talk about the grub.
Oh yeah, Bill, I'm telling you, I've been smelling the food all morning and it smells absolutely delightful. We are talking about grape stomping, of course, because that is absolutely an Italian favorite tradition. And moving along to the table, we've got some incredible wines. There's going to be 10 different wineries from Italy here. There's going to be a wine walk. We have some great food, of course. We have mushroom raviolis, some flatbread pizza, and of course we have some incredible sounds. We have Ray and Giovanni playing some music for us this morning. And another thing we want to talk about is the big risotto dive, and this is something that happens every year here at the El Dorado Great Italian Festival. We have Rick Murdoch with us this morning, and as they start to fill up this huge valet of risotto, can you explain what is going to happen here in just about an hour?
This is 300 gallons of risotto, and then they're going to put some gold coins in there, and then we have certain contestants that are going to dive for the gold coins. Whoever gets the most gold coins gets to pull the $1 million slot machine 96 times.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so can you also talk, this is not just going to be an event for, you know, people to come out and smell the amazing risotto. We actually have Bill and Connie from Alice 96.5 coming out here this morning, diving in, and they have to get completely head to toe dressed up and actually dunk themselves, right?
Yeah, Connie will look like an Olympic swimmer when she puts on the goggles and all the rubber gear and her fins, and she'll dive in there. But it's something special, I'll tell you. Of course, I'm not sure you want to eat this risotto, but we're going to have a lot of great risotto out here to taste during this weekend. But this is a fun event.
You also have a lot of new things happening at this year's event. One of the biggest ever for you all, your 31st year. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be happening.
Well, you know, this year we added the wine walk. We think that's going to be very special. 10 Italian wineries. Obviously, the Zope, a family circus. You know, it's almost in 1846, I think it was established, and very famous family. And I think that's new for families and children to come down. They're going to have equestrian. They're famous equestrian family. So you'll have horses. You'll have a lot of dogs in the show. The dogs are all rescue dogs. It's kind of a neat deal, and we think that's special. That's on our parking lot outside by our parking garage. We also have bocce ball. We have the kids, the kids contest downtown. We have the pasta tasting going off at 2 o'clock each day, Saturday and Sunday. Again, the University of Nevada moved that game, so everybody can come down here and tailgate and then move on up there for homecoming. So. Great weekend.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And again, if you want to come out, the Great Italian Fest all kicks off tomorrow, Saturday, runs from 10 to 6, and then runs again on Sunday from 10 to 5. Certainly an event for the entire family, and I know you are hungry, so please come down to the El Dorado this weekend. And coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk a little more risotto and a whole lot more food. Bill, back to you.
Good Lord. All righty. Thank you very much for that, Dina. Well, forecasters are predicting a cold and wet winter, just what you wanted to hear, right? How do you help your evergreen trees keep their color and all the other evergreens keep their color throughout the season? We're going to have more on that with our garden experts. Also, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and health experts have an important message for all women this morning. We're going to tell you what that message is. You're watching News 4 Today. We'll be right back, folks.